Hey, I'm so glad you're here. I created this series out of an experience that really unfolded as I painted what became this finished work, a piece I call The Mountains in Me. As I worked on this painting, I began drawing patterns and repeating shapes and rhythms across the canvas. And they reminded me of Gustav Klimt, whose art is filled with motifs and symbolism. And his works are often, noted as decorative, but they carry stories deeper than what we first see. And that connection became the inspiration for this series. So, over the next four parts, we'll explore simple practices that were inspired by Klimt. Each of them is designed to help you reconnect with your own creativity and discover stories hidden in your marks and images. So, if you haven't already, make sure you download the Klimt Inspired Creative Workbook, and it will help guide you through each of the practices. So, I'm going to begin by introducing you to Klimt. And he was an Austrian painter born in 1862. His father was a gold engraver, and that early influence helped shape Klimt's fascination with gold. That was one of the things that, as I was working on my piece, I didn't know if I wanted to draw patterns. I was feeling like I should be drawing shapes and patterns. Wasn't quite sure, and so I picked up a gold paint marker, and that's how I began. With this inspiration I was having. And so it was interesting that, so when I stopped and thought about it, I thought, wow, this makes a lot of sense because Klimt used gold. And so anyhow, I'll get to that again in uh, one of the other videos in this series. But I did want to tell you that, it's just interesting that when we just let go and show up at the canvas and go with the flow, so to speak. Oftentimes, it's like in hindsight, I learn things and I get curious, so I go look things up. So that was one of the things that I looked up. I was like, why did I pick gold? What was that all about? And that was like Klimt, patterns, gold. Oh my goodness. So something that we can see fully expressed later. And he was famous for his golden phase. At just 14, Klimt enrolled in the Vienna School of Applied Arts. And over time, he developed that unique style that blended realism with decorative motifs, bold colors, and symbolic imagery. So if you look at his paintings, you'll see a lot of decorative motifs, bold colors, imagery, but the realism comes in, he will draw a face or hands, something like that will be a part of his story. So his most well known painting, The Kiss, that's shown here. It shimmers with gold, swirling patterns, dreamlike kind of sense, and an intimacy. So Klimt work reminds us that even in the simplest of shapes, when they're repeated, they can carry, like a deep beauty and meaning. And that's exciting. So, talking about specific motifs. So, he often repeated specific motifs: circles, squares, triangles, checkerboards, spirals, and swirls. So, I wanted to show like a little snippet of what that looks like. So, I pulled out this little section of a painting. And this kind of repetition is the kind of thing that gave his work rhythm, unity, and energy. When I think about the patterns and I look at the different pieces of the elements of the painting, I can see how these patterns help to bring like that unity, help to bring a section of the painting to another, or an element or an object to bring it together. And there's a harmony in that. It made his paintings, like I said earlier, decorative, but also deeply meaningful. And so here's the important part. Repetition isn't about making the perfect circle or line. It's about noticing what happens when a shape repeats. So repetition itself becomes kind of a language. So as I was painting the mountains in me, I found something similar happening. And When I repeated certain shapes and marks across the canvas, they brought that harmony, and they united the sky with the mountains, the water with the land, and grounding it all where the tree was planted. So those marks developed their own rhythm. That repetition created a sense of meditation and flow. That's how it felt when I was repeating myself, drawing those shapes and just repeating those shapes again and again. That type of meditation or getting really centered. So, of course, it's going to bring harmony and unity because that's what it was feeling like to me. So, I imagine that Klimt must have felt the same as he worked with his patterns. So, here's your creative practice for this session. Choose one simple shape that you love, maybe a circle, a swirl, or a leaf, and fill a page with it, letting the shape repeat and spread across the page. See how in this example, just swirls, different shapes, sizes, they weren't perfect. They squished together. Some of them were circular, more oblong, but the pattern was there and they all seemed to go together. So play with a size, just repeat it and spread it across the whole page. Let the direction just flow, or even color, and watch how it begins to take on a rhythm of its own. So as you work, notice, how is it feeling? Is it calming, energizing, or maybe something else entirely? Just remember, there's no right or wrong here. It's simply about letting repetition carry you into a flow. So before we close, I want you to remember this. Repetition isn't about perfect circles or straight lines. It's about what happens when a shape begins to find its own rhythm and how that rhythm speaks to you. So it's your turn. Now it's your turn. So I want you to grab a journal or your sketchbook or even just a scrap of paper and give this practice a try. And when you're done, I'd love for you to share your page or reflections inside the community. That's really where the magic happens. When we see each other's creativity and get inspired by one another's perspectives. So your story, your post, or even a simple snapshot of your page might be exactly what someone else needs to take their next creative step. So let's create some momentum and then come back for part 2, where we'll explore Klimt's patterns and motifs in a different way. We'll discover maybe simple shapes repeated, how they become this language that begins to speak of strength or softness and different meanings. So that's it for now. I'll see you in the community, and I can't wait to see what you create.